In this video, we're going to talk about the secret that takes a frustrated business owner who is overwhelmed, strapped for time, not getting enough leads, not making enough sales, but still chasing their tail. We're going to discuss the secret that takes that kind of business owner and enables them to become a more location independent business owner who does not have to go to meetings, who has more time freedom to spend with their family, and who can also grow their business in a leveraged way. All right, so stick around because we're going to talk about the tool that enables all of that. All right, so in order to understand what creates the kind of leverage that I'm talking about, we have to understand the concept of something called a sales funnel. Okay, so a sales funnel, just to keep it simple, is basically a journey that you take a potential prospect on. Okay, it's a journey that takes them, the prospect, from cold traffic, somebody who doesn't know you at all, has never been exposed to your brand, to someone who's a raving fan of your business and now can't wait to give you money, essentially. And I know you're probably thinking like, Andre, how is that possible? And if it is possible, it sounds like it's a lot of work, right? But actually, with the tools that are available today, it's actually not a lot of work. It requires just simple automation, and it requires an understanding of these fundamental marketing concepts that basically equip us to be able to pull this off. Okay, so let's talk about the sales funnel, because the sales funnel is a core piece of this. So first, I'm going to build you a very simple sales funnel here, right? And this is a very big picture, bird's eye overview of what it is. Obviously, we can get very nuanced, but I'm going to save that for other videos. This is just like an introduction to a sales funnel. And you can probably take this information and start applying it in your business and experience dramatic transformation just from this information alone. All right, so pay attention. So a sales funnel typically starts with a source of traffic. Okay, so because if we build something online, kind of like, think of a sales funnel like a website that does that basically guides a person through a journey, right? Because the problem with the traditional website is that a person goes to your website and they're bombarded with all these different options, right? They all these different menu items, all these different forms, articles, call to action. Like, there's just a lot of information. Okay, but a funnel is like a concierge, right? The moment they step into a store, they start asking you questions. That concierge starts asking you questions. What exactly are you looking for? By the way, this is something valuable that we believe that you can benefit from. And then they take the customer from that initial stepping into the store to the cash register when they receive their money. Okay, so that's what a sales funnel is, and that's why it's so powerful. So typically we need a traffic source, and the traffic source can be anything. I personally like Facebook because I don't know if you watched from my previous videos, but Facebook has a lot of very powerful automation tools that allow very, very exact targeting. So if you know who your ideal clients are, maybe their age, their interests, their gender, their specific location, right? Facebook can automatically find them for you. And I'll save that for other videos. You can search on the channel and find that information. But let's just say that we're going to get our traffic from Facebook. But again, it doesn't have to be Facebook. It could be anything else. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to send users to what's called an opt-in page. Okay, an opt-in page is a page where we basically request their email in exchange for something valuable. So it could be a report, it could be a video series, it could be a PDF of some kind, like an infographic. It could be something. It's basically it's something. It's a no-brainer for them to exchange their email for that piece of value. Okay, so for example, let's say you're an insurance agent or a financial advisor, and you're trying to target teachers because you have a lot of very valuable insights and products for teachers. All right, so this opt-in page can be something like, "Attention teachers, find out how this 50-year-old teacher was able to retire 10 years sooner because of these 3 retirement secrets that nobody knows about. Enter your email below and receive the report right away," right? So that's what your opt-in page would say. So imagine if you were a teacher who wanted to retire early and wanted to know the secrets of why other teachers were able to retire early, then of course it's a low threshold offer, so it's a no-brainer that they would exchange their email for that information. Okay? So that's an example, but you can apply it to however you want in your business. And then what happens from there is as soon as they opt in, the funnel sends them to a thank you page, and this is all automated, by the way. The funnel sends them to a thank you page. Okay. And on that thank you page, we can put anything. But let me give you a really good example. We can have a video of you saying something like this. Teacher, thank you so much. I'm excited that you're going to receive this report. It's going to be in your email within the next couple minutes. I do want to share something really quick with you, and that is that if you're serious about retiring early, and this is something that's really, really important to you, because you want to spend more time with your grandchildren, because you want to travel the world, you want to finally live life. If you're serious about this, then I actually have some times on my calendar this week, and I would love to chat with you just for 15 minutes so I can give you a roadmap on how to achieve that early retirement. Okay, but I don't have a lot of spaces, and this is only for you because you chose to get my free report. So click on the button below and opt in and schedule a time to talk to me so that we can talk. All right. So that was off the top of my head, and obviously you can word it better. But if you're a teacher who just opted in for a free report, then you may also be interested in talking to a financial advisor or an insurance agent. Let's say you're selling insurance products right now, because you want to get this problem addressed right now, right? So a percentage of the people that opt in are also going to set up a time to talk to you, right? And then you're going to send them to essentially eventually you want to get them on the phone, right? But let's say, where is the icon here? Oh, there it is. Okay. And then they'll click on a certain, like I said, a certain percentage of them that watch that video will click on the link to schedule a time on your calendar. All right, and then boom, they're going to go to a calendar. Okay. And now, as soon as they go to that calendar, right after they schedule a time, you can send them to a quick survey, right? So basically saying like, hey, you scheduled a time to talk to me. Before we jump on this call, I want some basic information so that we don't have to waste time on the call and we can jump right into the content. So please fill out these 5 qualifying. You're not going to say qualifying, right? But for you, it's qualifying. So please fill out these 5 questions, and then we'll have a conversation. So now that they've already look at the ascension here, and that's the power of this, because if you study influence and the art of influence and psychology, the more yeses you get from people, the more likely they'll say yes to the bigger thing. Okay, this is science. They've done studies on this. So they've already said yes to giving their email. They've already said yes to scheduling a time on their calendar. So now they're going to say yes to giving away their personal information on a survey, because they know they want to talk to you, and they understand the logic behind you asking these questions. But imagine if you asked for the survey questions before they even knew you or saw a video of you. Or imagine at a local chamber of commerce, you just give these surveys to people and start asking them personal questions, right? They're not going to do it. But because we're sending them to this funnel, now they're excited to talk to you, because you've used the right language, you position yourself as an expert, and you've given them value. So now they're more likely to go through this process, okay? And of course, right, from this survey, they're going to go to a call. You're gonna talk to them, and you're gonna have an opportunity to sell them. All right. So now you're probably wondering, like, okay, Andre, this sounds interesting, but I still can't see how a random person on Facebook who is watching cat videos, is gonna end up with me on the phone. It's too good to be true, right? Okay. Well, I will tell you that most people that opt into this are not going to end up on the phone with you, because they still don't know and like you enough, and there's not enough urgency for them yet, right? So only a percentage of them will do this. So how do we get more people to schedule time on the calendar? Well, that's where the power of email marketing comes in. Okay, so email marketing is something that has been around for a while and still works. All right, so a lot of people say email marketing doesn't work anymore because it's too flooded, it's too inundated, but it actually is working. It still works, and you probably still check your email too, right? So the beauty of this system is that the people who opt in here are not lost forever if they don't schedule a time to talk to you. Okay, they are sent to a survey. I'm sorry, they are sent to an email list where from that email list you nurture them, right? You continue to give them value. You send them case studies. You invite them to events. You send them beneficial and useful articles, and you keep them up to date on the latest industry trends, right? So you basically position yourself as an expert while also giving them value. And then periodically you do a call to action where you invite them to schedule a call to talk to you, right? And recognize that now that they've received your email for a few days or a few weeks, and you've given them value, they're much more likely to schedule a time to talk to you now because you've warmed them up. Okay. And another beautiful aspect of this is that all of this is also automated, right? We can set up like 30 emails in advance before anyone even opts in, and they will be dripped these emails periodically, every couple days, every week, every day if you want, right? There are certain strategies to this, but I don't want to overwhelm you right now. I'm just showing you the theory. And that's basically how people become, how you get people on the phone to sell them your product and your services, or to, you can even send them to a local meeting. Let's say you only want to target your local market. It doesn't even have to be on the phone, right? You can send them to a meeting. From that phone call, you can tell them to come into your office, right, and talk to you, right? But again, it all started from the opt-in, and this is a sales funnel. It's a customer journey, right? So they started completely cold here, but because of our Facebook advertising, or maybe you're thinking also, you know what, Andre, I don't like Facebook. That Mark Zuckerberg guy, doesn't rub me off the right way. Okay, fine. You can use LinkedIn, right? You can as another traffic source. So instead of just relying on Facebook, you can use LinkedIn. Let's say you have a big LinkedIn network. You can have a link to your sales funnel on your LinkedIn profile. So anybody that searches your name or you connect with will be exposed to that offer, basically to go to your funnel. And then a certain percentage of them will opt in, watch the thank you video, schedule a call to talk to you, set up a meeting, and more importantly, build your email list. Because when you build your email list, you build your influence, and you essentially leverage your time, because now you're speaking to a lot of people at once when you send an email, right? As opposed to like a local chamber of commerce meeting or a BNI or something like that. You normally can only talk to like one person at a time, right? Like, here's my card. Hey, what do you do? I'm a real estate agent. Oh, I'm an insurance agent. It's like you can only talk to one person at a time mostly. Um, if you're a public speaker, you can also send people to that opt-in page as well, right? So let's say you're speaking in public you're doing a lunch and learn for your Chamber of Commerce. There's 50 people or 30 people there. Instead of saying, hey, let me sell you, come to my office so that I can discuss selling something to you. Instead of saying that, you can say, oh, and if you enjoyed this presentation, you'll enjoy this freebie that I have for every single one of you. Go to this website and sign up to receive my free report about how to retire early, or whatever the pains and the pleasures of your target market are. You want to position that offer to be something valuable. So if you're a public speaker, you can send people to that opt-in, and then you can add them to your email list that way, right? Because now people willingly give you their email, right? Instead of like you trying to say, hey, give me your email so that I can send a newsletter to you, right? That doesn't work anymore because nobody cares about newsletters. They want something valuable, all right? So essentially, you're giving them an ethical bribe. So that's how, this is a very, very basic sales funnel. But another thing you could do is you can also do what's working really well right now is a webinar funnel. Okay, So like I'm a really big fan of webinar funnels because webinar funnels, it's basically you're basically getting someone's attention for 45 minutes to an hour to 90 minutes. You're getting their undivided attention watching a presentation that you've created, and you know maybe it's a PowerPoint presentation, whatever it is. Maybe it's you on a whiteboard, doesn't matter. But you know you're taking a cold traffic person. You know it could be from Facebook again, maybe LinkedIn, maybe let's say you have a YouTube video or you create YouTube videos. So you're sending people from your YouTube videos to let's say an opt-in, and the opt-in now is sign up to watch this presentation about how this teacher was able to travel the world as a result of all the money that she saved up in her retirement, right? So these are just very basic examples. We would have to take a deep dive into your own situation, but basically they would opt into a presentation, and in that webinar you would just drop a ton of value. You would position yourself as an expert, right? Because now you have their permission to share a little bit about yourself, right? You could talk about how many years of experience you have. You could talk about all this amazing stuff, and also case studies, right? As well as giving them the core content, which is what you promised that you'll give them, right? So webinars are great because, like I said, you have someone's attention for such a long time, so you warm them up really, really quickly. So now the likelihood that they would go to your calendar is much, much higher than a simple opt-in here with a simple video. Okay, so I typically set up and recommend my clients to do webinars for that same reason. Okay, and it's the same concept with the survey, right? Because you want to qualify your leads. You don't want to just talk to anybody. You want to make sure that they are worth talking to most of the time. Then you get them on the phone and you make a sale. And the same concept as well apply to the email marketing as well. Okay, so we're going to do the email marketing here. All right. So I hope you see the power of this. I could go much, much deeper, but this is just an introduction. And I'm going to have more videos, and maybe I probably do now, about all these different little nuances and how you can apply all this to your business so that you can grow your business, get more time freedom, and basically adopt technology and leverage into your business, right? So that you can make the money you deserve, you can spend time with your family, you can travel, you can do all the cool things that a lot of other business people are taking advantage of now, right? So why not you? All right, so I hope you enjoy this. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. It helps me with YouTube SEO. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because as you can see, I'm going to put out a lot of really amazing content. And if you have questions about this, or how we can implement this in your business, feel free to go to andresees.com. That's my website and my blog. And you can contact me from there, and we can set up a time to talk and maybe implement some of these amazing tools in your business. So once again, it's been a pleasure serving you. And comment below also if you have any questions whatsoever. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to answer your questions. So thank you so much, and have an amazing day.